What quarterback are the Buffalo Bills going up against on Sunday afternoon? We'll find out on this edition of the Dom Mafia Show. Yo ho ho, Bills Mafia. Welcome to yet another edition of the Dom Mafia Show. As always, your host, Dan Mitchell. If you are new here, I am an avid member of the Bills Mafia, and I regularly put out videos about the Buffalo Bills and the NFL in general. If that is your cup of tea, I highly recommend subscribing to the family, and as always, smashing the ever-living out of that like button. First video of Dolphins week on to Wild Card Weekend, and I thought there would be no better opportunity to bring on one of my very good friends, DouglieDoWrong, to discuss a bit more about what exactly we should expect from Tua, their injuries, and an overall analysis from a Dolphins fan perspective. Without further ado, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, I had to bring on a guest and to discuss once again another divisional playoff game. And I know a lot of you guys are used to TD Finns talk, but I had to bring on somebody that was a bit toned down as far as analysis is concerned. And it is my good friend, DouglieDoWrong. Doug, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. It's always a blast chatting with you. I love it. Like you said that, like I'm subdued. That's why I always I bring you on because you're very level-headed. My subscribers love when you come on. They're like, I like this Bills fan. You got to bring them on more often. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely had to return the favor. As much as I love speaking with you twice a year, I'm not going to lie to you. I wish that this year it would have continued to be twice a year. I hate playing a divisional opponent. And you and I were talking about this offline where I did not want to play you guys, right? I mean, I was hoping that Stidham would pull off a fucking miracle and somehow the Steelers would have squeaked in. And then I would have felt a lot more comfortable about that. So obviously, I'm a bit nervous going into this game since you guys played us so close first two matchups. I think where I kind of want to start off with is the biggest question surrounding like Bills fans and the NFL for that matter is what is the status on Tua, right? I feel like some people are hopeful. Then I'm reading articles where like doctors are telling the organization if he has one more concussion, he could potentially suffer permanent brain damage. What's his status and what do you realistically think is going to happen on Sunday? Who is going to be the quarterback?
From what I know, I think he's in stage 3, stage 3 of the concussion protocol, which is light activity. We're waiting once he hits, if he can hit 4 by tomorrow or Thursday and he can hit 5 by Friday, it looks good that he'll play on Sunday. But we don't know. They're not telling us anything. I don't know how much they could tell us when it comes to concussion protocol. But yeah, that's the thing that I think he needs to really take a step back and think about, because the tackles that he took that caused the serious one against Cincinnati and then this recent one against the Packers, I watched Joshua Dobbs take that same tackle, against the Titans. Against the Jags, bonked his head on the ground. It's not that big of, it's not a whip, right? It wasn't that bad of a hit. So if he's getting concussed this easily, that's something you need. Like you said, there's a lot of neurologists and people coming out saying you need to think about your future, because CTE is a big thing. We've lost a lot of football players to CTE. You might really need to think about your future. But if he gets cleared from the doctors, if he gets cleared, after his first concussion, he went to Pittsburgh and he went to Detroit for 2 different specialists, and they said, no, you're fine. You have no long-term damage. You're fine. He came back. If he could do that again, or if he did that again, where they can give him a full 100% bill of health and everything, then obviously for the Dolphins, I think the best situation for us to have a chance against Buffalo is for Tua to play. But I would prefer him to be alive in 30 years than to him play on Sunday.
1000%, right? It's definitely funny how perspective can certainly change, because I mean, I know that TD specifically is really high on Skylar Thompson. Loves that guy, but I mean, I would probably have to tend to agree with you. I think that if this game is going to be even, you're gonna need him out there. But I mean, I've seen some crazier things happen. It's not only Tua that has been circulating around the news as far as the injury report. I saw specifically Mostert is now out with a broken thumb. I saw Armstead once again is on the injury report itself. What is the status on all of them? And and Waddle as well.
Mm.
I forgot that I saw that Waddle had an ankle issue and everything like that. Are there any of those players on that list where you're absolutely nervous that they're not going to play on Sunday?
For Mostert, I heard that he's trying his hardest to play. I'm still good with Jeff Wilson. He's a very hard nosed runner, and then they'll probably put Ahmed in. But Mostert was fantastic the past couple of weeks. And the broken thumb, it worries me. Like if he can't grip that football, don't put him out there because God forbid we fumble in a certain situation. Jalen Waddle, Mike McDaniel came out and he said that he's a go. There's nothing really to worry about there. Teron Armstead's been on that injury report all year.
I
That
feel like he
man
has, man.
never practices, and then he'll practice and then he'll play. But like it's like what it's at first it was his toe, and then all of a sudden it's the pec. Now it's his back, and then it's his elbow. It's like, my man, just retire at this point. Like it's like,
Right?
well, like if you can't make it through a full season, heck, a half a season without building up on these injuries, maybe your body's trying to tell you something. But for him playing, it's up in the air. He had 2 weeks off. It's potential that he plays. I don't know. Again, well, I'll be able to probably figure it out more come Thursday when we get a good idea. But as of right now, it looks like I wouldn't be surprised if Mostert doesn't play, and I wouldn't be surprised if Teron Armstead doesn't play. But for him, it's a 50-50 because, like I said, he's been injured all year and didn't practice all year.
Got it. Now, going into the game, I mean, obviously, it seems like you guys have been banged up. And as a Bills fan, we definitely know. We went through that absolute, like, lull of injuries right in the middle of the season and like, really hurting us. So, thinking objectively here, like maybe putting your Bills hat on right now, what is the Bills' game plan? How does it differ? Say, for example, that we are going up against a Skylar Thompson or with a Teddy rather than Tua. How would you attack your own team since this is obviously going to be a bit more of a different looking offense?
Tua is more of a precise thrower, so he's not afraid to let it go in double coverage, especially if you give him a certain window. He knows he can fit it in there. Whereas Skyler is a rookie, so he still has that hesitation to his game. And when I was breaking down the film against the Jets, I noticed that he would pump fake a lot, or he'd go to throw and then he wouldn't, and then he would kind of throw to a check down. And when I would look at where he was going to throw, there was the window, and he has a stronger arm than Tua that he could fit it in there. But he was like, I don't want to mess this up. And you could tell he's just really in his head. Teddy's Teddy. He doesn't have that great of an arm strength either. So it's like you want to attack those guys with the opposite that you want to attack Tua. Tua, you want to give him the underneath. You want to take away the middle of the field and from 10 and up, because now he's in that narrative that, oh, you're saying I can't throw it downfield. Well, I'm going to carve you up from 10 above. Whereas Teddy and Skyler, they're more, we're gonna throw the checkdowns. Like against the Patriots, Teddy was hitting Mostert and he was breaking off 15, 30-yard runs off of catches. So you want to flip it. You want to give them the middle of the field because they're afraid to take it and take away the underneath. That's what I would do there. Blitz the crap out of that right side because Shell's injured, and I think they might put Robert Hunt at right tackle, which would be good, but blitz, send at least one, send 5 altogether. You just send that extra one, whether it's Eichenberg or whether it's somebody they struggle to pick up these stunts and stuff. And then again, you get in Skyler's face and you make him make a decision like that. He needs that extra step because he's still a rookie. Versus Tua, you send a blitz and you leave someone open for a split second, he'll kill you. Get that. Yeah. So if I'm the Bills on defense, especially, I'm going to do that. And then on offense, just keep doing your thing because we can't stop the pass if our life. We'll stop the run, right? Except for if Josh Allen's going to take off. So if you're Singletary or whoever, we're going to stop that, but just throw it on us all day. That's what I would do.
See, it's funny because when I was doing like my most recent video on 5 things that the Bills so desperately need to fix going into the playoffs, when you said, yeah, don't worry, like he's just going to check the ball down, the Bills are 31st in the league for tackling right?
Oh, wow.
According to PFF. We get absolutely destroyed when it comes to yards after the catch and missed tackles. So that does not give me comfort that I think you wanted to give me. It's been it's been a huge struggle, but I mean, really just like looking over like stats, like we had like average games against you guys, which is
Mm,
surprising. 'Cause I mean, like
mhm,
with Waddle, with Tyreek, that's speed on the outside.
mm.
I was definitely happy to go on ahead and see that. So, what are your overall expectations of this game on Sunday? Say that you had a crystal ball and you knew exactly how this game was going to play out for the Miami Dolphins. It's 4 p.m. on Sunday. What does this game look like for you? Final score, and what's your mood like?
I'll give you a realistic and I'll give you what I want. Realistically,
Yeah.
I could see the Bills winning, obviously. The Dolphins are too banged up. I don't know who the quarterback's going to be. You guys are riding real hot right now. Um, Josh Allen's Josh Allen. He's going to probably have like 80 yards rushing on his own. He'll probably make a mistake here or there, but it's Josh Allen. That's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Um, I would love for it not to be a Ravens from 2008 or Steelers from 2016. I would like us to, if we did lose, it to be like 35 to 25 ish. Like we're
Okay.
in it, but then last second we make a mistake and you guys just take the knee, and then it's the 4 minutes left. We're down by 10. There's no way, blah, blah, blah. That's realistically. Realistically, I want to come out of this game feeling okay. Mike McDaniel called a very good game. The healthy players played good. I'm feeling comfortable going into next year. We need to fix the pieces. All right. I expected to lose and it wasn't as bad. Fantastic. Unrealistically, I would like to win by one. I
Ah,
would like to see Skyler do his thing. I'd like to shock the world. Every year there's that underdog that surprises everybody. And out of all the games, I think we're 9.5, now underdogs.
yeah.
So I think we're the biggest underdog. So it would be fantastic to shock the world. And like you said, he didn't want it to be a division rival because we play each other differently. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what the record is. So unrealistically, I'd love to win, and I'd love to win however much we win. A horrible defensive pass interference that puts us in the field. I don't give a crap.
Well, botch call in your favor. Is it a botch call in your favor? Fuck it.
I don't give a crap. I want to win, but realistically, I see you guys. You guys are just the better team right now, obviously.
Yeah.
So I see us losing, but I'd like to lose, respectfully. So that's the way I
Got
see
it.
it.
Got it. Well, I mean, me personally, I haven't seen a blowout in quite some time, and like my blood pressure has been through the roof. It seems like for the past since week 4. Like
Yeah, seriously.
so I mean, as much as I don't want to stress out, it is a divisional game. So I think plus 9.5
Mm.
is a bit disrespectful too, just because of how close you guys ended up keeping it. But
Mm.
we shall see. Well, Doug, listen, man, I really appreciate you coming on and letting us know a little bit about the current status of the Dolphins. I know that we'll probably figure out a bit more tomorrow and Thursday going into Sunday, but definitely loved having you on, man.
Yeah, it's always a blast. Always love coming, hanging out, chatting, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man, most definitely. And guys, listen, say that you haven't checked out Doug's content. He does some great work over on his channel. He does his live game reactions. He puts out a bunch of like pregame videos, postgame videos, NFL picks, which I'm a big fan of. So definitely check him out. And I am also a guest on his channel every now and again. So definitely roll over and show him some love. Thanks again, Doug.
Appreciate you.